Welcome, guys. 2nd of December. Nice, quite push that we have. That's already significant. We know why we are pushing. We had a small drop a couple days ago, and we are filling the gap right now as we speak. Long and short, we start to peak, start to get a little bit more higher up, 67.6. So yeah, we climbing again. We're not gonna touch. We're not gonna flip yet, but that can change. Let's wait what we're gonna do through the week. There's still much more coming up. We're not that high anymore that we used to be, so that could be as well some over here a failure to come lower if you look at it as a chart. Let's see, that's gonna be quite interesting. But so far we have a nice green day for today. And looking by the bits, they are quite heavy stacked as well to the downside, so be aware that there is much more to think about it if you're gonna go lower. So far we have a nice bounce. Technically it's a V bottom what we create over here with the daily open below us, so we are pushing quite heavy into the stuff above us on 91.2. Obviously there is low volume right now where we are in, so we're gonna just spike through it, not even bothering. So remember one thing, the moment that we drop from this high over here, a lot of people being get skipped. A lot of orders got skipped, not really filled or whatever. So that's what we're doing right now. We're coming back. We're gonna retest that area. This is the quite heavy volume-based area, point of control as well. That's the resistance. So we might reshort this as well. How heavy that's gonna be, not sure yet. Let's see how we gonna deal with it. But that's the area that we should look for a short and definitely, or cover yourself if you are in a long as a hedge one. Just because we broke this structure, we already start to break the downside with the move, right? So coming up around the 91-ish 3, that's the position that you want to settle down or ladder into the short. Be aware of that. We are still in a little bit low volume area. The dump was quite heavy, built up, but let's see how we're gonna play out. And we still stacked quite heavy on the bits constantly. Like it's been pushed quite heavy. So I guess some people want to be more filled, obviously. Moving on, heat map. We are grinding into the little bit heavy stuff, not much something significant, but still something to take out, right? This is the stuff that we are gonna get into it when we reach 91.7-ish area. So be aware there's a little bit more above us. Technically, if you're gonna look a little bit more on the high time frame, to be a bit more interesting. There you have it below where we bounce from, start to stack a little bit more. That start to get thicker. Could be interesting if you're gonna come back from the short. If you're gonna get back into that for the low that we settled in beginning of 21st of the November. But then the biggest stuff starts to get around the 97.4-ish. That's as well the area what I remember of the max pain. It is. So high time frame, 1 month. That's the stuff for high time frame shorts to get liquidated. Let's see if we're gonna reach that area. Reaching that area, we're gonna change significant the whole structure and the change of character. So be aware of that one. Yes, potentially there is really heavy liquidity above us for grabbing. We didn't reach it first time. Maybe we're gonna break the high right now. Or who knows? Something to consider, right? Moving on the charts. VIX. I've mentioned that yesterday as well. We are still in this whole area between the 18 and 15. My point of view on that one, we might grind this and stay over here for a while. Not sure if you're gonna break something to the downside and get into 13 area. So if that's happened, we're gonna get back into the low of that one. Potentially we're gonna turn around quite heavily and go even for the all-time high. If that's gonna be the volatility event, that's fine. But breaking out above the 18, you start to get into the high that we settled last week or around the 20th. So be aware. This could be sideways as well. That's for VIX is quite normal to do. A little bit more sideways than only up and down. That's quite use. So yeah, let's have a look on Dixie. That's a quite nice buyback. from yesterday what we had on the daily, to be honest with you. We're still above the 90.2, and if we start to turn around, if we start to hold this, then we seriously gonna aim for the high to break it. So be aware, this is still not done. We are still in the continuation to go higher up. We got lower on the wick, right? That's been already the third time exact the same level that we got into it, and we got buyback quite heavily. So be aware, sliding into it, we might get back into the low, but so far we are still holding the 99.2. Be aware of that. That's quite important. And if you start to reach the high on the 100, make sure you look at it quite closely if we start to break something and then get into the 101 stuff. Could be. Overall, total 3, still in this whole grinding to the downside. We get back at the low. We didn't break it. We holding quite nicely, but moving lower to the area and closing anything below that, we seriously start to get around the 109, 801, sorry, 801 level. That's the level that's been held by all of that structure over here. That's the mid time frame over here. What we are holding. That's the area that I'm aiming as well, that we might find ourselves support for a small bounce, or even potentially a little bit more bigger, but still, this is still grinding to the downside. PEX, still holding this weekly high of the swing. So quite heavy. We had a small retracement on that one into the area of 4.17. So yeah, if you're gonna flip that, then you're gonna find yourself quite quickly, I guess, into the stuff of 4K 360, and see if that's gonna be holding. If so not, we might retrace a little bit lower into the support what we settled over here. So this is still grinding higher. We could have a pullback, a small one, into the support and then continuation, right? This is still going in all terms higher up, right? Hope you guys see that. That's the channel that we are in right now for it. Then on top of that as well, the dominance still grinding higher. So like I've been saying, breakout of 59, you might find yourself quite quickly around the 60 area. So let's see how we're gonna get there. But overall, we're still grinding and closing above the previous high. So we are still breaking the structure higher up, right? If you even go to a different time frames, you're gonna see it's quite significant. That's all been broken, and right now we are aiming to get into the 60. As I've been showing every single time, we know what that means. Dominance up, potentially for the Bitcoin up, and alts might do some sideways or just a small pushes, right? Nothing significant. So yeah, we want it to go down, right? Obviously. So yeah, that's on the dominance. Overall on the market bundle, we see that we are squeezing, flipping again. We got back from the 49 on the large caps. We got back at the minus 60 almost, and then right now we are back at 33%. So yeah, this is quite nice. We are moving higher. There's some small liquidity to grab, like I've been saying as well, low volume, so we're gonna send it quite quickly into the 91 area. So yeah, look at the squeeze and keep an eye on the whole stuff above it starting to break or regaining the December. That might be as well the kickoff to do some stuff to the upside, right? Not really heavy base right now on the moves. This is just grinding higher up. It's not heavy like we used to see it, but that could change as well. Oscillators quite cooled off and aiming to go a little bit more higher up. So that's potentially all working nicely so far. Capital flow index, like as we'll be seeing, SPX and PAX quite heavy. X and Dixie got a little bit lower. They then broke the previous one low that we settled, but still a little bit lower. But the market is still quite not moving yet fully. So be aware of that one, that we could potentially see a little bit more movements, and the rest of the spot backs are a little bit more split. Some of them are still a little bit low, and the rest is quite nicely into the neutral line. But we really want to see it to pop up and do some stuff to the upside, right? So let's get back at the charts first. Let me switch off the levels. So far, what are we doing? We got yesterday back at March level. That was the support that I've been aiming as well to hold for a while. That's the 84-ish stuff. That's quite nice. That March still is quite good level to hold. We got back higher up. We broke that small, that's on 1 hour, small high over here. We regain and then the daily open and hold the whole price action. So technically, if you look at it, we have nice V bottom, right? Obviously. So yeah, that's good. That's really good. We want that, but already 1 hour start to get quite heavy, overheated. Getting back in this level, I bet you we're gonna see some cross of cash flow reversal coming in, and that might be maybe the push a little bit lower, right? On 1 hour, be aware that the daily is already tested, right? We've been there already. We test that one. 4 hour, not so much yet, so that could be as well a nice hold if you are gonna aim higher. Oh no, we did. Sorry, we did. I didn't realize that. I didn't see that wick. So that's been already tested as well. So already that level start to get weaker. We start to turn around. But now we are aiming at the weekly and the December and the previous daily to retest that, right? So be aware that we might see something like this. Wick into it, come close below, and then do stuff like that, right? Just to scare people out and yeah, catch them off guard or grab them into this long when the price going to be above the December weekly. That's most of the times what they do, what they like to do. But this is as well quite heavy resistance, right? This is well the stupid fib. So be aware that if we're going to get there, we're going to see some reaction from it, right? Maybe back at the daily again and then try to regain the December again. So we might ping pong it a little bit and then flip flop it. And then if this starts to happen, then you know what's going on and where we go. We're going to aim for the stuff over here. And that's the high time frame max pain, right? What we saw, that's a 97-ish area. So that's going to be the next target area. And then, of course, the underside retest of all of that stuff, what we did over here. So there is a lot of to do yet, not yet out of the woods. They're still downtrending. Technically, this is just a pullback to retest stuff, right? You turn around and invert this, the chart. How do we look like? Technically, you look like this. That's the low. That's the high. That's the previous high, right? Going back into that, you might aim for this high, right? So technically, this could be still the point that we are in. Turning around, you need to do something like this. Getting back at that high, create a new high, coming back, setting this as a new low, and do something like that, right? Obviously. So yeah. Nice grinding. People start to get fill up. We fill up the value gap as well, so that's good. We're not gonna stick with it for long, so that's nice. And yeah, let's see how the reaction is gonna be from the December. We have still a bit more liquidity to get. We are coming close to the core trend as well on that one, so we could even come a little bit higher up to get more stuff, even maybe the low leverage one. So let's see how that's going to be the reaction of it. And of course, we have the order block. All of them even above us, right? If this is gonna go, yeah, see, we have even 3 of them on top of each other. So there is still some resistance above us. Might not be easy to get through it, right? And yes, even a nice reaction of the Wave Master. I like this this trio. All of that stuff together, it's perfect. This is nice. You want that. That's the reversal diamond or triangle, however you want to call it. You have the trend change, that's the yellow dot, and you have the cash flow in, that's a green cross, right? If you get those 3, that's really, really nice push, what you're gonna get from. So I like that stuff. I think that's all on Bitcoin. Let's have a look on ETH maybe. Yeah, first thing first, ETH. Yeah, we broke that low over here, so that's already fine. We knew that was gonna happen, and then we settled down on this low. So that's the low that we cannot lose because the rest below that next to it is already tested. So this is not gonna be holding. This is the low that you want to hold. And if I mean, I think that the rest of the market is gonna do exactly the same thing. If you have this price action from 2 days ago, then yeah, you're gonna fill it up, and then again, that's as well the resistance that you aim for. Flipping that, you might get it back finally at the February level and regaining all of that stuff that you came from. So happy days as well for Eve. Nice hold, really nice price action as well on that structure over here. So let's see if you're gonna regain and flip some stuff right now. If that's not gonna be the heavy resistance, then you're gonna have the reaction quite nice from it. Ping pong it. Solana, still, yeah, that broke a little bit the structure over here. Only on the body been broken, not on the wick. So it's 1 to 2. So let's see how that's going to be playing out. But still, that's going to be exact the same reaction what we are talking about. Maybe not over here, but a little bit more higher up. It's going to grind up into the high of the swing that we fell from 144. So let's see how that's going to be dealing with. But eventually, yeah, technically you broke the structure of that close over here. Unfortunately, this is what it is. But still on the low or on the wick we are holding. That's the only one. Hype could be interesting as well. Yeah, Hype did settle a new low on it. So eventually this is still a continuation, right? Even if that it starts to flip the day, December and weekly, that's fine. We still have some bigger, and this is exactly the same thing with Solana structure, but Hype did settle the low on the wick, right? It's a little bit more extended. So it's exactly the same thing. So right now you're looking exactly the same thing as well on Solana. This is your area to consider as reaction or resistance. All that stuff. It's going to go a little bit more deeper into it and then fell from it, right? Yes, we're flipping the day, seminar weekly, but we did settle a new low. So we need to change that first, even to think about to get higher up, right? Just to be aware of that. Let's see what the AVAX did. AVAX did as well, settled new low. Literally, sorry, literally by a couple cents, I guess. So yeah, that's still nicely holding on the daily. That's the only one that's holding you right now. You could aim for the December, but if that happened, I might aim for a little bit more higher up. It tends to go a little bit more deeper than normally, just to grab a little bit more liquidity and to hold. And hopefully we might change that with flipping the 14 into the new high, right? Be aware it did settle a new low. So barely, definitely on the close, but barely on the wick, right? So be aware of that. And injective, that's obviously, that's the new low that you settled. So as well, this is your high that you need to regain and flip. That was the underside retest that we did. That was perfect to the T. Let's see if we're going to do some damage to the high. We could see some potential damage to the highs and regain that, right? To settle a new higher high. That would be really good. That would be super nice since October. So yeah, it's been a while. We did some up movements, quite heavy into the stuff, not only a pullback. So let's see how that's going to be dealing for next couple days, because is there any? Oh, only PMI coming in servicely, so not much yet for the numbers. Overall, we're still quite stuck above us till 103. There is a small gap in between, so this is quite heavy. But if we don't have the strength even to get into that, then yeah. And that's what maybe what we are building right now, right? This as well could be the play, right? We're going to grind a little bit more sideways to set up some support below us to grab and bounce from it to go a little bit more higher up. That could be the play, right? But so far, this is still, I mean, don't want to be bearish or whatever. That's not the case of it. That's the whole point is that we are still in the same trend, right? It's nothing changed. When we're going to start change stuff, like the whole flip is going to be when you regain 92.6, right? That's that's first regain that you need to flip. You need to close anything above that, and then secondly you need to hold definitely on the daily, but even like you cannot come close to 85, right? So this is your range that you are forming right now. You might bounce around in this one. That's the whole area that you need to focus locally, right? You need to regain that. Yeah, technically you can say like this is the flip, right? Because we came from that one, But overall, this is the highest high from that structure. Sorry, that's what you need to flip to get any position to get higher up, and then start to grind into this stuff, right? As obvious as it gets, because still this is the area that we came from the swing, right? This was the area that we fell from twice heavily, and the one on Friday came into that perfectly, and we didn't even close it above the structure. So that means not even above the body. It was a retrace, and the wick didn't even come close, like by a couple dollars off from that high. So but now if you start to get into this, right, that's not going to be any matter, because those two have been already tested. It's there only for information stuff. It's not something that I'm going to get by if we get there. So flipping the day sample right now could and will definitely send you a little bit more higher up. So you're going to start to break the stuff, and then you're going to get into the heavy stuff over here that's still holding us down, right? This is whole scenario of the RSI flip. So eventually, if you switch this off and switch this off, right, this is the area that you need to flip. Jesus, my straight lines. Never mind. Like I'm not really the painter here. So this is the area that you need to flip, right? Obviously, because that's still holding us. We didn't get higher than this area over here, and still this is a fair value gap as well. So this is the RSI flip, the whole flip that you need to do. This is the range that you are now in, and we're maybe gonna bounce in between that. Could be potentially as well start to break something to the downside. You're gonna get back at 82. That might be the last hold that we gonna have it, because then you start to get back at the 70k. Not everyone wants that. And then the high point is 92.4 stuff. Break the high. You start to flip the RSI, what you're having over here, and then and only then you're gonna do some damage to the upside, right? So far, that was the up movement. Right now, we are technically in the range, right? I hope that's obvious for people, and most of you can realize and see what I'm seeing as well. Yes, potentially we can go higher up, but that still can switch quite quickly and heavily, right? So, but this is still good, right? Nice beginning of the push, really nice start, quite nice overall on the watch list. So potentially some coins taking a big advantage of it. Let's see what we're gonna do, right? We're not breaking stuff yet. We're just getting close to it and see how we're gonna deal with it from today, from tomorrow, and then till the next end of the week. And then it starts to get really, really tough, because in we have still 2 full weeks of trading. And then technically from the 20th already, it started to get a little bit more choppy because of the Christmas and all the stuff around it, right? So be aware that the days of trading start to get smaller and smaller this year. So yeah, I think that's overall quite all that I covered. Let me have a look if I missed something. I don't think so. All that stuff. Just if people want to know how about the Netflix, I'm bored of it. I'm not even looking at it. This is taking almost 2 months for 10% to do. Like, now I know why I don't do this more often. But yeah, it is what it is. We don't have a CME gap, so that one bit not really close. Not really much to say about it. There's nothing else below us. Not really care about that. Dominance, still climbing. ETH dominance still in this whole pocket. Yeah, still in the pocket. Yeah. So BNB still grinding to the downside. Still didn't reach my point of interest. So yeah, if you guys want to hear and see any tokens, let me know. Yeah, just make sure. I bet that I think Zeus can say something about that as well. We will see the sell signal over here, right? We're gonna reach the area, and we can start to close anything quite close to the weekly and day but that could be the potential sell. And I think that was the winning one. This one as well. That might be the counter trade, right? Not really of the counting of it, just because how the oscillator is looking like. So yeah, and potentially this area could be a counter trade, but that's something that series can cover. But yeah, overall, nice one, but be aware that we are still in this small range that we are forming right now, and we need to flip some stuff quite heavily actually, and it could be nice and refreshing for once. Do it. So yeah, let me guys here if you want to see something else, any tickers, anything. If someone want to get the stage, please be my guest. Yesterday was a little bit longer session because we had some more to cover beginning of the week, but today is just a small update on that one. So still nice, quite significant spread, right? So AVAX. Yes, I can. And I will. So overall, I need to refresh all of that stuff. This is still, it was the underside retest, right? 4 hour. You lost the low. You need to remember that. This pin broken. You broke that stuff. Barely, but barely. You got touch on the wick. So either way, I will still consider this as a low, right? Or a low, whatever, because that been significant broken, and that wick, yes. I think this is something on the exchange. Different exchanges might have different wick over here. No matter. This is still, I'm considering still low. So right now, what you need to do is, I mean, obviously, first thing first, get back at the December and weekly, right? Then you still have this whole hip over here. So you might see a reaction from it. That's not gonna hold you. If so, if you gonna get back at that one and flip the previous daily, then you start to get at the resistance over here. So to make it a bit more easier, easier for you, overall, what you are waiting for is this, right? Get back at this, and that might be your next short. If not, you start to flip this high, then eventually that's gonna be the break of the high and finally settling maybe something higher up. But then eventually you still need, technically you want to come back to settle a higher low, right? Because this is still a sign that we broke this. No matter if that wick been a couple cents a little bit more higher up. I don't care about that. So yeah, this is still the whole play, right? You get back at the lows, you broke it, close it below. How does the daily look like? Oh shit, that looks rough. Yeah, back at the neutral, higher up. Yeah, daily have some work to do. On the daily, you seriously need to broke above this. Yeah, to get back at the stuff that you're having over here. That's the, oh, that's the wrong one. That's your underside retest on the daily. You did that small hip over here. That's been holding you. That broke the structure even, right? And now you have a second one. That's the daily. Oh, that's the daily one. And then you get back high, on the high of the 18, but that's still far away from. Let's focus on the locally so far. What we are doing. First, aiming for the weekly in December. See if you're going to get the reaction from it on the lower time frame, right? That could be potentially for AVAX, something like this, right? Coming into it, coming back at the daily, because daily didn't been tested yet on a 4 hour and not even on a 1 hour. Yeah, see, not even 1 hour. So potentially, if you're gonna see that reaction from the weekly in December, going back in the daily, that should be your nice support to hold and try to do something like this, right? That could be, because that's not been tested, and most I always like the first test. Is those are the most accurate one and most accurate, most reactive. So yeah, those are the two plays that I will look for, definitely. And make sure you remember that this been broken. So you overall you are still in the downtrend, right? Yes. Yeah. And it's same on the injection. Everything what I just said, exact the same on the injection, only the injection had tested the daily. So that's been already gone as a support. Now injective need to do some damage to hold, regain the high, hold it, coming back maybe as low as it gets in the weekly in the day in December, and then going higher up. Yeah. That's the thing. Yeah, unfortunately, I did settle new low, close quite higher, that's fine. But yeah, low is a low. Yeah, back at this stuff. All right, look at that, right? And it said retest, and we're pulling back from it, right? Always a reaction from it, always. So this is strong enough. This will continue eventually. Back at this structure, so this could be heavy, this range, to hold us. So still, there's a lot of work to do, right? Nice pushes overall. We like that, but there's still a lot of work to do. I'm wondering if there is already one coin that start to break structure. Let's grow. Grow have potentially a bit more better structure right now. If we start to hold above 110, getting back at the high, so that hip already, if that start to be regained, you start to get back higher up. That's nice. Crow does that more often and then fail from it. And to be honest with you, this is just for fun. I really want to see how that's gonna behave, but let's see. I mean, I want to see if this gonna play out. If Crow, December, January, yeah. So end of December, somewhere in January, gonna do the whole push like this, based on 280 or 240 days area, or bars 280 here as well. So that's gonna be the case. Then that's gonna be even easier to aim for that whole push on it. Let's see. Something funny that I caught my eye. Oh, Fightcoin. What? How did we do that? By the way, yesterday someone asked about it. I don't remember what did I chart on it, but that's the high. Hold. Yeah, flipping this high, you're gonna get back at this. So right now, yeah, Fightcoin looks a little bit more better with this hold and this regain of this hold to highs. Yeah, that looks a little bit more stronger, but it's volatile as heck, right? So be careful with that as well. The daily looks even better. Yeah, nice buyback from it. So right now, what are you aiming for? This is the high. What you're aiming for? If you come back at 141 area, flipping that, then you're gonna go next, and then you fill this whole fair value gap what you created over here. I bet that's gonna be the first one. It's gonna do it. Looking so on the watch list. Everyone is still quite low. Oh, sorry. No, not the first one. One did it. Well, one of the few first ones. So yeah, something else, guys, that you want to see from me? Hello, Lansby. Hello, good sir. Hello, Prabhu. Good to see you again. Closing today, not mobile. All good? Yeah, everyone is quiet here. Are you scared or something? You don't need to scared. Viking is here, you know, talk a little bit talkative. Mm -mm -mm. And most likely I'm making fun of everything. Sending some gifs and memes. Now I'm on the another side. Yeah, funny enough, we're going from one fair value gap to another one. So I don't know what to think about that. It's always funny to me when they start to get into this stuff and always sending it. They're like, oh, yeah, we close one, but then we create another one. Hey, cool stuff. Yeah, grindy stuff. Sine wave. Yeah. But yeah, we still have a nice pocket below us. Let's see if this is gonna be the support, or we gonna get into it and do some Pac-Man staff. But yeah, look at that. We're close. We're starting to get close to it. When moon? There is no moon. You didn't hear? There is no moon. Moon doesn't exist. No one was on the moon. Right? It's in Hollywood, right? They have the moon. Trying out the to add to my logged in. Nice. Yeah, capital flow index is really, really good. That's yeah. This is horrific. Like, come on, guys. Can we just grind into it? Create some structures on something on it? No, you send it through. Funny. I will come back to the capital flow index in a second. Wanna see we starting to get into it. Yeah. It's starting to get close. Oof. That cross gonna came in. Is flash? No, it's not. Capital flow index. Yeah. That's this is a quite strong tool to use in both ways, like market wise as well, like to see how the market behaves in one glance. You don't need to go through candles and through whole structure and the list of it. You technically have everything in front of you. This is quite strong. Adding to stuff to it, like you can go really crazy with it and make your own. Like I have on another account on TradingView, I have two maxed out. Crazy as it sounds, but I'm testing something. That's my account to test stuff. So yeah, this is a little bit like a point of view, like how you can watch out for your spot backs, quote unquote, because right. So how they are behaving, where to add to them, where to take profits. So yeah, which one is like a runner, which one you should like cut off quite quickly. And this is really strong. And the best part of it is it's like no matter which time frame you're gonna go, you're gonna see really nice data from it as well. Like overall, like look at that on weekly. Where are we? Like Dixie and Wix is still middling, right? We didn't even break anything on that one. Yeah, daily, yeah, we did. But overall on the weekly, we still high. Market is super low on the weekly, obviously, right? But if that's time frame start to change, you already know which direction you're gonna fly to, right? If you take care of this quite nice and you understand how it plays. So yeah, look at that. This if they start to pop on a weekly, like bro, we're gonna do some ballistic things, hopefully, and I wish for, but yeah. Is it? Is it still grinding into it? Let's go 1 minute. That's more fun. But yeah, so this is really nice and strong. I like that. I like the use case of it and how you can manage everything with it. Like most likely you can do like almost 80% of whole strategy and the overview over here only. You don't need to go and look out for something different and stuff. That woman speaking now? I have no clue if she speaks or not. Like, oh, look at that. The bots are firing left and right. Yeah, if she, I don't know. I don't know if she does or not, but I don't care. Couldn't care less. That's a nice build up. Let's see how the reaction is gonna be. Oops. But yeah, this is really, really strong and really cool. I'm still on the side. I'm doing some things for personal mentor stuff as well. We are working on some stuff for you guys, and I will try to add some things to the indicator. I'm thinking about it as well to finalize it and make it a little bit more easier. No, still easier and much more better to use. I don't know how to say it. But yeah, it's a freaking good one. Yeah. What was that tweet? Let me check. US banking system to the open liquidity injection. On carry on. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That could be. Is that the reaction of it? And yeah, that's all possible. Nice. That's quite a lot. Jesus. Where is it? Oh, where is the repo? I need to find it. I don't know where did I put it. Anyhow. So yeah, really recommending it. If you need, where is it? I know that I'm doing it on the market update. I'm sorry, but I don't have access to MDX videos because the program that we are using, it's down on my side, so I cannot use it. But here is the a little bit more into the capital flow index if you need that. I'm sorry, but I cannot have a workaround about that. So, if you need it. But yeah, cool stuff. And look at that. I'm not gonna touch it even. Come on. Come on. I'm considering to oh no, never mind. Never mind. Thinking out loud. So from one bar to another one. That's what we're gonna do? Really? That's a Bart with a pointy head, I guess. So yeah, all right, guys. If there is not much that you want to hear, see, and look at, then I guess that's gonna be all from me. Heads up. We are getting into the area of the volume. That's really area that we might see some push from it. A little bit lower into back, maybe at 87 area. Hold that would be nice. If not, we're gonna start to get into this stuff. We still have some support below us, right, on Bitcoin. Not everyone have that right now. This is the last one. Maybe it's gonna be the bottom. Let's see if we start to flip maybe the highs. That would be nice as well for a change. but we are now in between two big volume areas, right? So we're going from one bar to another one and flip-flopping back and forward on that one. So make sure you have that in check as well. And yeah, overall, we send a little bit lower. Let's see how the close is going to be. 40 minutes for the close, 4 hour. That's going to be interesting stuff. So yeah, not really the reaction that I was expecting from the weekly, but let's see. Let's see the close. That's always the first one that you need to aim, because we can go higher up. Like we even can go like this, right? And then pulling it back slowly, 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 and close it, right? That's going to be nasty. Yeah. Lots of shorts coming in. Yeah, it is. I mean, that's what I've been saying. Like people been missed out over here on this whole move, right? Like this been quite like I've been looking at it as well on the low time frame over here. Like people got skipped like quite heavily as well with this down movement. So yeah, I'm not surprised that they want to reshort this whole stuff. That's why we are heavily coming back at it as well. Has been dropping for hours right now. Which means been dropping on what, on 1 minute or 5 minutes? Still 66 and long. Sorry, 56. Yeah, still above the neutral line. 52. 51. Yeah, 50. So we are equal. Yeah, let's see. Could be. That could be the big change as well right now, what we are doing. Right? Wait, Carl, which one is it? Binance. Oh, the top trader. Sorry, I didn't look at that one. 66. Yeah, they yeah, the major is still in long, so the top account should be fine. Yeah. I mean, top traders, yeah. What you can call about the top traders. They've been long through all of this shit, so wrecked. Anyhow, just watch out. I'm gonna settle the second part. Already 1 hour close is enough to get you a sentiment what we're gonna do or how we're gonna hold it, right? Coming back at this. Close even 1 hour above the first high. That should be already good. Right? Because then what you aim for is going higher like that. Set a new high. Going back and start to hold this. Bro, that's gonna be super nice. But then eventually you have this stuff below you, right? They could do that. I bet you they did before. Yeah. Yeah, we've been doing that stuff, right? If that's the whole area that we're doing right now. This been as well the bit extended, right? We did some sideways on that one. But the V-bond, what we did over here, right? We settle down, coming back, hold, and then send that. Great. Yeah. That was as well the part again, and then send it. So yeah, interesting. Definitely something to be aware. Let's see. This is quite nice, nice push, and I bet you that that's this well the area that people have been reacting as well to all the FUD. But yeah, this is what it is. We still need to break that, right? Make sure you keep an eye on this whole structure. This is the key that you need to break. Close anything above, send it. Right? And this looks strong, and this looks pumpy, and this looks whatever you want to think about it, but still it didn't close. No matter what's happening right now, you wait for the close. Right? That's your confirmation. And we're gonna still be here for a while. We're gonna do up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. A little bit more up, 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 and then close. Bang. That's happened. Then there you go. Close above it, or even above the structure, like a really strong candle. Open a new candle up, come back, wick into it, back at it, and send it. Right? Close this whole gap again. Oh, yeah. Interesting. Finally, some movement after freaking, what, 9-10 days of this grindy stuff. Dead ass price action as well. Yeah, this has been quite nice movement in 2 days already. Double bottom. Yeah, that could be as well. We still have some more little bit structure over here to hold on if you're gonna get back lower, but could be. Yeah. Could be that we starting, like, this could be like potential start as well to do something like this, right? Higher up, close above it, come back, and then, right, this could be the case. But that's gonna be already known when we're gonna reach the high and how we're gonna deal with the highs as well. Yeah. Yeah, interesting stuff. Definitely something to keep an eye on today. Next move. God, I'm not gonna say that out loud. I'm sorry, I'm doing the market update. Nice. Entry 83. Wait. Yeah, boy, you've been catching some knives. Yeah, I bet you did it on the close over here on the low time frame. Good one. Very nice, very nice. Jesus. Yeah, Smyrn. That's what I thought as well. Like, like, no, I'm not gonna say that. You almost got me. You almost got me there. Right, this is gonna be fun. But that's the first assured. Yeah, that's the first one. Yeah, definitely. It is. Hello, work. So what do we have here? To hold. Thing at least. Going back at that 89, 89.9. Yeah, going back at that point. You get in the volume area and then that just got copy and grinding to the downside. It's been quite nice up movement, to be honest with you, on that 1 minute, right? Really nice holds. Not something sketchy. Yeah. I said it already 6 times today, but sorry. Overall, the highest close that you need to pay attention for is the 92.4. Close above that, you're done. You set on a first new higher high since the dump, or sorry, since the October 27th, right? You're gonna set a new higher high on the 4 hour if you close above the 92.6, right? Potentially already you could see some strength if you're gonna get back at 91.5. That hip over here, that's fine. But overall, you're looking to be above this high. This is the most important one. So 92.4. That. Closing on that. And then set a new high on the wick. Perfect. Then it's go time. Yeah. 2 to 50 to 60 is coming in. Yeah, heavy stuff, heavy stuff. Mm. Five minutes. Yeah, break below 88.9 to get into that support area. Back at the 87.5. Oh, not much stacked even. The next one is quite low. Okay, interesting. Hmm. Yeah, fucking price. That's price action. It's like so funny to me. I don't know. Ugh. This is quite nice stack. So yeah, no worries, no worries. You can rewatch it later on as well. But and again, like I'm sorry that I'm sending that the rewatch. What you can have, it's gonna be then definitely on the YouTube side because I don't have the access to Vimeo for already a couple days. So there is something going on with the code or whatever. I will upload it as soon as possible, the market update over here, so we can rewatch it. And then I will try to contact the team about the Vimeo on our side. But they're busy with the bots. Yeah, it is. It is. It's always like that, right? Everyone is freaking always longing the shit out of when we start to break shit. Yeah, let's see. I wanted to first to be broken. Any confirmation about it. And then I'm gonna start to change my opinion and start to charge some things to the upside instead to the downside. Yeah, it could change, right? We definitely could. But still, we could stay in this freaking range for a while as well. If that's gonna be the case, that we're gonna hold us. Well, so far, we're trying to break out above it. We have 30 minutes for the 4-hour close. Yeah. Quite high already. If the next candle opens up and that's going to be lower on the Frixie bots, yeah, we start to decrease on the speed, on the pace of it. But yeah. And this is as well the stew pocket, right? What we are in right now. Used to mention that as well. Yeah. Yeah, nice stuff. Interesting. It's going to be definitely interesting in the next half hour. So yeah, let's see. There is not much happening right now. No, it's not even. Other it's not even switching on. What's going on? Maybe on the next candle. Dixie. Ooh, I'm here for life, sir. But I'm not, so jokes on you. I'll go subscription for life in my will. If you want to. Oh, for his life, yeah. Nice. Market comes back. Almost reaching the high that you need to break. Weed master. Ooh, nice. Look at that. Perfect. Sneaky close above twice. Wicked. And it still reacting to the freaking level. That's beautiful. And this is as well like double sign, right? Still, the next one is going to be the trend change. So you're going to have a trio, trend change, the reversal, and the cash flow out. Done. I got a bunch of weed farmer stocks for you. Oh my god, you with your weed. Oh. So yeah, I think that's all from me. Dominance still spiking. We've been hanging out over here for a long time already. Wait, what did I see? Oh, that's poor. I thought high was already at 10%. So yeah, watch out. Weekly and the day summer level, close below that one. Then we're gonna come back at the daily stuff or this hip over here. That's gonna be the point of interest. Flip that. You're gonna aim to get higher up into the high of it, a little bit more into the area of liquidity, what we have stacked over here. And if so, if that's gonna be the pace, you're gonna do some damage maybe to the upside a bit more. But yeah, this is make it or break it right now in 30 minutes, the level what we're gonna hold, flip, or fail from. Right, and this is the range from 92.2 to 85, literally 85, call it. That's the range that you might stay in it. If so, that's the sideways move, right? Flip one of those two down. That's the continuation and the new pace, right? This is still quite heavy resistance, right? Don't get that overlooked. Yeah. So yeah, that's definitely going to be interesting for our close. Yeah, another fair value gap, another BART, just upside down with a party hat on it. So yeah, if there are no questions again, I've been hanging out for longer, then I might jump out and enjoy my day. Technically quite busy day, but this is what it is. Tomorrow it's gonna be serious. If so, I still didn't hear from him, so I think he's gonna cover tomorrow and after tomorrow. So I'm off the hook. You're not gonna hear me anymore for 2 days. Oh no, tomorrow I'm streaming as well. Shit, forgot about that. So yeah, have a good one. Enjoy. See you on the flip side and love you all. Bye bye.